something for us, for our people. And this is just the start of it. I want y'all to come back when we get the marker to say the benediction at the graveyard.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Benediction.
Right, for that. So I got it as far as I can go by myself. I just need a little bit more help to close it up. That's all I want y'all to know. And before I forget, the school district, they knew that building was a historical place. They kept it quiet. They got a tour sheet to say it's an underground railroad, but when I went in there, and I'm a taxpayer, to look at it, all the places that was historically important for us, they didn't think so. They just just renovated it. You know, where you hide the slaves at. They didn't know, it's not, nothing of us they didn't think was important in the struggle. You can go down and look at a building, but you just be looking at a building. We're not important. I'm making us important.
As important as what you and others have done in commemorating the black slaves, ex-slaves, former slaves, freed people, self-freed people who were buried here. I think it's being done not just for black people, but for all people.
Yes, yes.
Hearing about the oppression of one group and what happens in that oppression, and commemorating these people who were forgotten, helps others. The whole black civil rights movement has echoed for other groups in America.
Yes.
And you see it cited, one group after another. The Japanese American community, who were oppressed in World War II and were sent to camps. They began their redress movement as a follow-on to all the efforts of the black civil rights movement in the 60s. Other groups, and I heard one person recount how I think it was their parents, grandparents, who were former slaves, who they didn't talk much about their personal oppression. And that's very common. People oppressed who've gone through horrible experiences tend not to talk about it. And so the duty falls on the rest of us to try to articulate the terrible things they went through, to remind us all, to teach us all the lessons of what those terrible experiences have for us, so helps us to have a better future.
The Germantown Friends Church on Germantown Avenue, we've often passed it, was the first church that called for the abolishment of slavery. And there is a document for that, and it was turned down. I think 2 or 3 people may have pushed for that, but nobody would support it. But that's a very little interesting church. You probably pass it and don't even realize what it is. But you can call and make an appointment and go in and see the table where that resolution to abolish slavery was written. So there are a lot of things that we can learn that are in this community, and I was excited to see that, and I don't think many people know about it. Again, it's a quiet little, simple building.
My name is Wanda Robbins, and Avis Wanda McClinton is my neighbor. Avis and I have known each other for 30-something years, since 1976. Last week I was here and I was really blessed and moved by the people that spoke from various different places. I wanted to stand up to say, many, many years ago, I used to travel up this road to go to a school called 3 Tons. We were busted from Sandy Run. There was a time when the kids on the bus said, there's slaves buried over there. And I said to myself, nah, I'm coming out of an area of the city. There's slaves over there buried. There's a railroad. And I said, no way. I said to myself, never did I think 30-something years to this day that we're actually trying to make a difference and put a historical marker here at the Atkins family place. And I just commend Avis for taking a stand to want to make a difference in this community of Upper Dublin. And I really appreciate all the work that you have done throughout the community. Not only, I can name several many different things that you have done, even helping me with my family members. But I appreciate you and I thank you. And may God continue to smile heavens upon you.
My name is Takashi, and I'm from Japan. And I have lived in this country for about 22 years because my wife Kitty is from New Jersey, and Kitty's family ancestors are from England. They are Quakers, and they escaped from England to New Jersey. Anyway, thank you very much, Avis. I'm very, very pleased and very honored to be here. And I have been listening to my wife for the past several weeks about Avis's struggles to make this happen up to today. And I'm very glad to see you today that you are yourself. That's the best thing for me to experience today. Thank you, Avis.
My name is Dolores, and I've been a friend of Avis. I just can't go, almost like the teacher. But I would like to say that I've watched the wonderful things she's done, the trials and tribulations she's gone through, and how she always wants to help someone for some reason, all the time. And she's helped so many people that I know of. And she's been really kind to me too. But I just want to tell her, you're the greatest thing. The absolute greatest. And I'm glad that I put you here. And I'm glad I knew you.
I came today with my mother to support her. She is a member of the Wedding Friends Meeting House. And I grew up in this area. I went to high school here. I went to Temple, up the street. I went to main campus and lived down the street from the Chestnut Hill Meeting House. I never knew this was here. I had a friend who years ago lived across the street from the Plymouth Meeting House. And there's a white building on the corner. It's a plain white stucco building. And you probably drive by it all the time. That is another stop of the Underground Railroad, for those that don't know that. A friend of mine used to live on the top building. And I remember going to visit her one night, and she said, "Do you hear that?" And I said, "No." She said, "Listen." And all of a sudden you could hear the shuffle of the feet of the people that passed through. And I say that because from time to time, people can hear things from the past. And earlier when we got here, we took a walk back there. And I felt the same thing you did. The souls that stopped here. And I think that it's a crime that people don't know what's in their own backyard. And I think it's a crime that voices aren't heard with things like that. And I've been very lucky to know some very helpful people in the state that can help you put this stone here if you need that help. Just from the work that I've done with the city and the state of Pennsylvania, I have those names for you if you need them to help you do what you need to do here. So thank you for inviting us.
My name is Barbara Robinson, and I'm anything but a speaker, so it takes a lot for me to stand up here. But I'm here because I had family members and friends that were here last week, and they told me about this, and I was so upset that I wasn't able to go. And one of my friends said, but I think she's going to do it again. I said, please let me know if she does. I don't know Avis, but I feel like I do from all the conversations that they told me about from her last week, how wonderful she is. Wait till you hear Avis, wait till you see Avis. So I feel like I know you even though I don't. But I don't have any influence. I grew up in Penn, which is nearby. I don't have any influence. I don't know anybody that's special, but I have a mouth, I have hands, and I can do. So if any way at all I can help you, please contact me, please. I'm at the age where I grew up with Jim Crow. So just for me to be here, to be present, is such an honor. And it's just, I wish now that I had brought my grandchildren. But if it's ever possible for this to happen, they will come here with me if God lets me grants me to live long enough for this to take place. And I wish you the best. Thank you.
We are soldiers in the army. We have to fight, although we have to die. We have to hold up the blood-stained banner. We have to hold it up until we die. We are soldiers in the army. We have to fight, although we have to die. We have to hold up the blood-stained banner. We have to hold it up until we die.
Thank you.
My name is June Wilson Gaskins, because Avis didn't recognize me. I walked in, but she was in my first class when I taught enough trouble. In the second grade class it was. And I just want Avis to know how proud I am of you. And I hope you continue your journey. I hope God be with you and bless you. I am very, very proud of you. You see one of my students doing so well.
You know what, last night I was out at an affair, and I came home, and for some unknown reason, when I turned on the television, it was the story of William Still. And I came today because Vivian Butler had called me last week and asked me to come, and I had something else to do, and she said, oh no, they're gonna do it again. And then I said, oh, I don't think I wanna do that tomorrow morning, I'm gonna sleep in. But I think when I saw the story of William Still last night on television, that meant for me to come out, get up and come out today and to hear about all the work and the fine job that you're doing out here. So keep up the good work.
I'd like to thank you all very much for coming today and sharing in this worship.
I had to step out on faith. I never knew I could do something like this, and it just knocks me out that a person with dyslexia, learning condition, could do something extraordinary like this. I didn't know any other way to make others aware of it in a Christian way. From slavery, its legacy was racism, and racism, it's like a bear claws in all facets of American life. You can't go nowhere without racism rearing its ugly head. And I think that we need to bring that to light or discuss that so we can make America even stronger.
Underground Railroad.
The Liberty Line! The Liberty Line!